This is Sakima Mullings. The welterweight fighter is the latest in a long line of great boxers to hail from the Caribbean island of Jamaica. He's hoping to join the likes of Mike McCallum, Glenn Johnson, Trevor Berbick and O'Neill Bell, who all won world titles. Last April, Mullings achieved the biggest victory of his career by defeating Howard Eastman in Guyana to become the WBC's Caribbean champion. To find out more about him, Trans World Sport travelled to the Jamaican capital, Kingston, where the 31-year-old lives and trains. Unlike most fighters, Mullings didn't start boxing until his late teens.
I'm competitive by nature. Basketball was my first sport. But the boxing training was completely different than basketball training. The boxing training was more intense, it was more rigorous, it was more physical. And that's what got me to fall in love with the sport from a competitive standpoint.
Although born in Jamaica, Sakima spent the majority of his formative years in the United States, living in New York from the age of 4. After obtaining a degree in business administration, he returned to Jamaica in 2008, where his career began to blossom, and he made his pro debut in 2010.
I was a pressure fighter from start to finish, to get myself in great shape. 3 rounds of constant pressure put on my opponent made me a good amateur. And now, with certain things that, as a professional, I'm trying to change. Certain things with my style become more of a boxer puncher.
Sakima trains at the Stanley Couch Gym in downtown Kingston. It's the only publicly funded gym in the city and was founded in 1969 by local beverage producers. It's proved to be the breeding ground for Jamaican talent ever since. The body snatcher Mike McCallum and current WBA featherweight champ Nicholas Axeman Walters both learnt their trade here.
You have a lot of former boxers in the Stanley Couch Gym who are now there as trainers. The boxers who are competing now have the advantage of the former boxers who were at the top level, who were national champions and who represented Jamaica.
Sakima was unbeaten as an amateur in Jamaica, winning the welterweight national championship in 2009. It was at that time when he began training at the Stanley Couch Gym and where he met Kingsley Goodison, who runs the gym. Every summer, Kingsley holds a week-long training camp for local children with the intention of teaching them the fundamentals of the noble art. When he's in town, Sakima enjoys lending a helping hand at these camps, passing on his knowledge to the next generation of potential Jamaican boxers.
1, 2, 3.
You cannot do anything successful without you're a disciplined person. I insist on that. Sometimes I am a hard taskmaster, but so be it. In the long run, at the end point, they are the ones who better off.
Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow, just like dancing.
Sakima embodies this disciplined approach, and it's served him well so far. Currently, his record stands at 12 wins and just 1 defeat, which occurred early on in his career. In 2011, Sakima was one of the stars of a Jamaican TV show called The Contender, which pitted rising prospects against one another.
The Contender was a catalyst that put boxing in every man, woman, and child's living room in Jamaica. So boxing became one of the premier sports in Jamaica again. And that's the gift, is that the Contender generated the interest. The public is interested in boxing again. Don't wait, go!
Chris Brown is head of Jamaica Genesis Entertainment. He handles the promotion of Sakima's fights, as well as sharing training duties alongside Wayne Sharp.
Nice jab, man. Nice jab.
Commercial opportunities which allow fighters to be seen by a wider audience are not easy to come by here. but they can be highly lucrative. Chris believes that Sakima has the talent and charisma to earn money both in and out of the ring.
Sakima Mullings have a lot of potential to be a role model. And I told him all the time, I said, you're lucky. One thing that you have is every little child knows you. We stop at a Burger King and they start to argue, that's Mullings, I'm Mullings that, that's Sakima Mullings. They come to the window of the car and say, are you named Sakima Mullings? They know him and women love him. So you know that when Oscar De La Hoya changed boxing and made women come out to watch boxing, that's where your money's at.
Sakima has gained a reputation for his supreme conditioning. He wears his opponents down early, which gives him more opportunities to capitalize late on in fights. His personal mantra is hard work, dedication, and determination.
My best attribute in the ring is my will. What I lack in skills, I make up with my will, my determination. I've never found myself in a situation in the ring where I felt that I was under too much pressure, where my opponent was able to impose his will on me or put too much pressure on me where I ever felt that I didn't want to be in the ring, I had too much, or I wanted to stop.
Although Sakima has seen his own public profile grow in recent years, he still feels that more could be done to promote the sport on the island. More fights sanctioned by the Jamaican Boxing Board would give local fighters the chance to showcase their skills on a regular basis.
Fights are still not being made, and fights are not being sanctioned. That's the curse. But it's a great time to be involved in the resurgence of boxing and to go down to be one of the people who had a hand in bringing boxing back on the national level, on the mainstream level in Jamaica.
If Sakima Mullings can continue to progress in his weight division, and if he gets on the right side of boxing politics, then opportunities will open up for this exciting Jamaican fighter. And he may even soon find himself in line for a shot at the full WBC welterweight champion, the one and only Floyd Mayweather Jr.
We see Sakima as one of Jamaica's next world champion right now. Sakima's future is very bright.